friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cody from Cody's Crochet and welcome to this very crafty market prep vlog. We are still prepping for my Easter market, which is happening on the 4th of April, full 4, and I'm really excited about it. I'm in the Easter spirit totally and I really enjoy this season, so I'm hoping that this market is going to be a good one. What we have going on currently is not that different from where we last left off. I didn't really crochet anything under the week. Today's Friday, but I did start another knit beanie, and no, I didn't finish the other one. This is the yarn combo that we were talking about in our last vlog. This is the gray and the pink, these guys, and I've been knitting this beanie with it and I'm about halfway done, and honestly I enjoy this combo more. I absolutely do not like how stiff double stranding this yarn with another skein plus the thin speckle yarn. I just don't like that feeling and it's really hurting my hands. So I might actually frog the pink beanie we started and work it up again, but on these needles in a 2x2 rib knit. Because again, I really like this a lot better and it's a lot better for my hands as well. This hasn't given me any aches or pains in my wrists at all. So yeah, maybe we can finish this weekend. And then also frog the other one. You have to experience certain things to know how they will work out. And we did, and it didn't work out. So there's that. Again, I didn't crochet anything, I just knit after work here and there. And yeah, let's get started into the vlog. We are back in the craft room, and what I want to get started on today, or what I want to test really, is making a plush bee. Because if you didn't know, I have keychains, I have smaller keychains, and I have medium and bigger size keychains. And I would really like to make a plushie version of my bees, but also in plush yarn. And we bought some the other day in our last vlog. So I want to try that out. I might have to make up a new pattern for like the increases and rows, but that should be fine. I'm gonna go ahead and get the yarn and then we can get started. Here are our colors. This yarn is Look Fine from this here brand. And I got a dark brown and a yellow. The yellow we got in our last vlog. I sadly don't have any white, which sucks. Meaning we need to substitute the white from different yarns. Either I will use Chenille Love, which is my usual go-to for chenille plush yarn, or we need to use some other form of plush yarn that I might have. We'll see. But for now, we will worry about the body, because again, we need to experiment with the size and overall look of the bee. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started, test some things out, and yeah, work up this little guy. I just started my first color change and I think this is a good size. It's like the size of my palm. I think that's good. I really like the yellow brown combo. This is screaming bee yellow and I love that. I'm very glad that I have this yellow. But yeah, I am writing the pattern as I go, trying to figure things out here, while also filming about 4 videos, 2 on TikTok, 2 on Instagram. Maybe I could even do a YouTube short, honestly, but yeah, there's that. Multitasking AF over here. Started on my second yellow stripe, and this will be the last yellow stripe, and then we will finish off the bee in brown. So we're close to being done. I haven't put in the eyes yet, which I should definitely do because I need to figure out the placement and the size of the eyes I want. And if I don't have big enough safety eyes, then I need to sew them on. So that's a need to know. Meaning I will now figure it out, hopefully. And if not, then we will close up the body and then sew them on, because I don't like sewing things on when the body is still open and not filled. It's a preference really, but yeah. let's figure out some eyes. I think that's good, maybe. These are 12mm safety eyes. These are the biggest ones I have. So it's either these or embroidered eyes. To be fair, embroidered eyes are also safe for children under the age of 3, which these eyes aren't. So I might embroider them actually. No, sorry buddy. No safety eyes for you. This is very satisfying to look at, honestly. But yeah, I finished the main body. I just have to embroider the eyes and make the wings now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and find a white plush yarn that I want to use. And then we can make the wings, sew those on, and make the eyes and sew those on. Well, no, we're sewing those on, we're not making anything here. I might do the eyes first though, because however the eyes work out, it's easier to adjust the wings placement. So I'm gonna embroider the eyes first, and then we can continue on with the wings. For the wings, I will probably just use my chenille of yarn that I have. I also have a scrap of white, which we can use up, and then we can dip into the full skein. Here I also have to experiment with the size because I'm not sure how differently these yarns work up. This is a tad bit thicker, but maybe the next time we make this bee I have some white in, they'll look fine. We'll see. But for now, we're gonna use this. And I'm done. I just finished weaving in my ends. He's done and I love him. He's very squishy. Perfect Bee Plushie, I'd say. Very soft. Wings as well. And the embroidered eyes look pretty good. They're even, as well as the wings. I was a little worried there. But yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish the TikToks and Instagram reels I was making with this. So yeah, I'm gonna be right back, and then we can price it, tag it, put it in the inventory, and put it in our basket, and then we can move on. And here we are. I am honestly too lazy to edit those right now, so we're gonna have to do that later. I just finished filming them, so like the last 2 clips showing of the bee. Yeah. We are gonna go ahead and price this and then tag it. I'm honestly not quite sure what to price this at. Because first of all, I didn't know when I started. So my regular bee keychains cost the small ones $4, the medium ones $6.50, and the bigger ones $9. So maybe this like 15, 18. It is a whole lot bigger. And it took quite a while, honestly. Maybe even 20. I'm not sure. It is relatively big in comparison to like other bigger items that I have. So like my plush turtles are also 20. So I feel like 20 might be good. Yeah, let's do 20. What I wanted to try next is making some frocks with clothing, so like overalls, dress, skirts, pants, whatever, because I don't have any right now. And they're really adorable, and I kind of like making them, but also not. The clothing is always a little bit tedious, but the frocks itself are fine. So let's get started on making some frocks, and I picked out this hot pink for the first piece of clothing that I want to do. And if we end up making more than one frog, we can totally start dipping into other colors and different types of clothing, like I just listed out. But let's start making the frog. The pattern that I'm using is by Crafter Frog. It's a YouTube tutorial and it's working out pretty nicely, and the only thing you really have to sew on are the legs and hands, but you could also single crochet closed or slip stitch closed the bottom and work the legs directly into that, so you would only have to sew on the hands or arms. So yeah, so it's low sew, I would say. The only thing you really have to sew are the arms and then weaving in the ends, but that's fun. So yeah, I'm getting started right here with the eyes, and I'll see you later. I just finished with the main body and put in some stuffing. We will now close up the bottom and integrate the legs into that. And then we have to make the arms and sew those on and embroider the smile. And then we can turn our attention to the clothing. Arms complete. And our frog itself is done. But again, we will give him something to wear. And that will be in this hot pink. I really like this color combo with this green and the hot pink. And people love the hot pink on a frog anyway. They think frogs in clothing is funny in general, but they love the hot pink. So we're gonna give him some pants maybe, or a skirt, honestly. But I think the pants do sell better. They're a little bit more annoying to make though. No, let's do pants. We have some pants. I'm gonna go ahead and put these on, and then we can see what he looks like finally. I love that. Very cute, very adorable, and very hot pink. Sometimes I switch up the smile for a more annoyed mood, so it's a straight line. But here I thought we could do some smiles for a bit of a positive feeling. Again, this pattern is by Crafter Frog. I freehanded the pants, honestly. It is leaned on their version of the pattern though, I believe. I didn't follow it exactly, but it's leaned on that, or inspired by it. So again, finishing up some TikToks and then we can continue. I tagged the frog and put it in the inventory, but honestly, my wrist hurts. And I wanted to take a break regardless, so I'm gonna take a break. I'm not sure if we can finish anything else today, but I will definitely continue knitting on our beanie in the evening. If my wrist stop hurting, for that is. But yeah, other than that, see you later. And I'm back. As you can tell, it's pretty dark now. It is 7:40 p.m. and I didn't crochet or knit anything in that time. To be fair, I stopped crocheting at like 6 p.m. or something. So it's been like nearly 2 hours. But yeah, I thought we could work on our beanie. A little bit of knitting. Knitting does work different muscles than crocheting does. So I'm hoping that the pain won't immediately come back. Or doesn't come back at all, which would be great. But I'm just gonna continue work on this beanie. If you're interested in the pattern, this is by Handy Little Me. It's on her blog / website. I'm not quite sure what it is, but she has different sizes ranging from children to adults, all of those. And it's just generally a really nice pattern because it's very inclusive. So yeah, check it out if you want to make it with me. or need a project you can work on after work or in general when you have free time. But yeah, this uses 6mm needles, so yeah, double stranding these two works pretty nicely. I also got a new skein here, so I don't have to get up if I run out of the other one. But yeah, let's get knitting. We currently have about 19 centimeters on here, and we need like 26, 27, 28. I definitely want to use up the rest of this skein today and then tie on the new one. I don't know how long that's gonna take, but I definitely want to get it done today. But yeah, this still needs some work, but we are getting closer. It's been like 8 minutes and we ran out. So now we can tie on our new skein. It is currently 8:22 p.m. So we can still get some good work done. And I can continue watching my videos. So let's tie this on and continue. We are very close to being done. This is like 23-ish centimeters and we need 26 before we can close it up. I honestly have tried it on and I could already close it up, but whatever. But yeah, closing this up will not happen today. It will happen tomorrow though. So tomorrow we can finish this beanie and be done with it, and then probably frog the other one. This is the beanie that I'm talking about. As you can tell, it's triple stranded, and that's just too thick. The two pink yarns are individually too much. But yeah, have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, I'm trying something out here. I currently have my phone, so you, with the back camera facing me. And then I have my tablet next to me with a screen mirroring app, meaning I can see myself. Because I wanted to test it out if the back camera really is a lot better than the front camera, and I think it is. So we will try that from now on. Although I might have to turn it because my camera is currently the furthest down. And I would like to turn it. Let's try that. Like this. Again, I'm not sure. I don't even know which camera to look into. I'm just gonna do the middle point, honestly. This is weird. Very trippy. But anyway. I would like to continue working on making stuff, of course. I am not quite sure what I want to make right now. So maybe we can do a few more frogs. Or some big loaf cats, actually. But yeah, I will gather some yarn, and maybe we can start with a big loaf cat and then transition into something else, because I think I only have 3 right now. So let's gather some yarn, make a big loaf cat, and switch to something else after that. I would like to use this color combo. So this is a pure white, and this is like a mix of gray, white, and a very light pink. So these two work pretty nicely together. And I currently don't have this color. We have some other ones, but not this one. So let's make one of these. Yeah, let's get started. And our main body is complete. I also just finished making the tail, so now we can sew that on and then embroider the face, and then we're all done. And we're finished. Very cute. I decided on brown embroidery for the face. You can totally do black if you wanted to, but I think it's always a little bit harsh against the white. I only do that if I really have a color palette that's only like gray and white. But yeah, here he is. Different colored ear, spot on the side, and then the tail. And I actually had a bit left of the skein, which is not something I usually have. But that means we didn't have to tap into any other skeins, which is good. I'm just gonna go ahead and tag this, put it in the inventory, and put it in our basket, and now we can continue with something else. By the way, if you're interested in this pattern, this is a pattern by Fame Art with Poonam on YouTube. I just have everything in the pattern to make it a bit more manageable with specific yarns. And it is the same pattern for my big and mini Loaf Cats. I just use a different hook and yarn. For the big Loaf Cats, I use a 6mm hook and an according yarn, and for the mini Loaf Cats, I use a 4mm with the according yarn. Right now, I would like to make some sunflower keychains. The pattern is by Chapa Crochet Craft on YouTube as well. And it's just a really, really cute and simple pattern for a sunflower with a leaf attached to the keychain ring on the top. So the leaf is not directly attached to the sunflower, but to the keychain itself, which I think is really cool. So I would like to get started on some of those, because sunflowers are just really pretty flowers, especially in spring and summer. I mean, technically, I think they are a fall flower, but it's just giving summer sunny vibes. So let's make 1 or 2 of those to have some in stock, maybe some more if we have the time. But yeah, let's get started. I have my yarn here. I will be using a yellow, this medium to light brown, and then I have a scrap of green, but not to worry, I do have more of this green. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. They usually work out pretty quickly, so let's see how many we can make before I get tired of making them. Leaf complete. As you can tell, I surface slip stitched across here to give it like a stem effect. Now I just need to weave in the ends, and then we can work on the sunflower. Middle part complete. I also need to weave in the ends on these. And we are done. Yep, here we are. As you can tell, the sunflower is attached at the bottom as you usually would, and then I put the leaf in the top ring here. I think it looks really cute. Really cute. There we go. When complete, I don't tag these, so I will just put them in our basket by itself. And then whenever I'm at the market, I usually put them together in a bowl or a little basket, and then put up a sign, a chalkboard sign, to indicate the price. That's what I usually do. Same with my smiley and mini flower keychains. I don't tag those as well. Oh, my bookmarks, I don't tag those either. So, yeah. There's that. I just finished 2 more leaves. I decided to try out only using like a one-sided brown middle, because for the first one I did 2, because that's what the pattern does. But you don't fill it, so you don't stuff it, and it doesn't really change anything because there's still a backside because of the yellow part. So I wanted to try out how it looks with just 1 brown piece. And it's fine so far. So I might do it like that, because it definitely saves time. And we're done. They turned out really pretty. Really pretty, really nice. I like them a lot, and it's giving very much summer or spring. But yeah, I'm gonna put these 2 in the inventory, Again, I only did the front side here, and then the back is the real back, but I think this is fine. And again, the leaf is attached down here with the keychain ring to the side. But yeah, I like this. This is fine. It's good. And again, it saves me time. So I might implement that on all of them for now. But yeah, it is currently 1:35 p.m., meaning it is lunchtime. I will eat and then we can come back and continue working on whatever we like. Maybe make some more frogs, maybe some more keychains. We'll see. But let's put this in the inventory and then I will have lunch. I'm back from lunch and I also got myself a snack. They're very sour, honestly, but that's okay. What I would like to do next is actually work on some plush flowers. I've had them before and I only have 3 left, and I think all of those 3 are dark blue. I'm not quite sure, but I think. So I looked at my market recaps and this pink does well. And I've also sold some of in this light purple. This is Bohemian Velvet. I got this from Hobie. So if you want to try it out, it's from Hobie. And we can use up the scrap, but I also have more. For the middles, I would like to use this yellow beige thing. And we can try out this purple that we got in our last vlog. So let's get started. This pattern is by me. It's pretty simple. It's similar to the sunflower pattern. It consists of 2 middles, which you then attach with the petals around. It's pretty simple, honestly, but if you want to know how I make these, then comment below. I'll make a tutorial on TikTok or here on YouTube. But yeah, let's make some plush flowers. First one complete. I finished these 3 colors. This is the color that we bought in our last vlog. Very pretty, very violet. Then this is the one with the Bohemian Velvet from Hobie. Also very cute. It's giving lavender. And then this is the pink one where I used the scraps of. Also very cute. I will just go ahead and put keychains on all of these, and then we can put them in the inventory and in the basket. Okay, so now that we have those plush flowers done, I would actually like to make some more bee keychains. Some more small ones, and I currently only have 2 of the medium ones, so I would like to make 1 or 2 more of those as well. The big ones I have 2, but they don't really sell, so I'm just going to focus on the small and the medium ones for now. But yeah, this is a pattern by me. A YouTube tutorial will be coming soon. But yeah, let's get started and pump out some bees. I just finished the bodies. Both of these need their wings, so we'll make those right now. And then we have 2 more medium-sized bees to add to our inventory. After these, I will definitely make some more mini bees. I just don't know how many. But for now, let's finish up these guys. Bee number 1. and 2. These 2 guys are finished. Now it's just a matter of putting on the keychain and then they're completely done. Very cute. Wings attached. And yeah, that's the medium size. Again, I'm just gonna go ahead and put on the keychains. I don't think I will tag these because they're also relatively small. So yeah, putting them in the inventory and then in the basket, and then we can make a few small ones. I finished the mini bee. Cute, all ends woven in. Already in the inventory, so now it can go in our basket. Honestly, while making that little bee, my thumb portion started hurting for some reason. I really don't know why, but it happened. So I might take a break. Might not, I'm not sure. But I won't make any more of the mini bees for now. We currently have 6 mini bees, 4 medium bees, and 2 big bees. So I think that's okay. I might make some more here and there, but not today. We can go through my inventory and look at other numbers of items I might or might not sell. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. I found something I might be able to do, and that is some plush stingrays. So not the keychains we made, although we could also make more of those, because I currently only have 3. But I would like to make some plush stingrays as plushies, not as keychains. So yeah, that pattern is by Theresa's Crochet Shop, I believe. And it's pretty easy, no sew. The only thing you have to sew is the ends when you weave them in. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's grab some colors and make some of those. I grabbed these colors plus the scrap of pink. I use the white for the bottom, and I also have a scrap of white, so we can use that up. And then the mint, the blue, and the pink is for the top portion. So let's get started on some stingrays. I just finished with the stingray, but the eyes fell out, which sucks. But that forces me to embroider them, but that also means that this is safe for babies, which is good. So I will try and embroider on the eyes and then embroider the smile on the bottom, and then we're done with that. And complete. This guy is finished. I will go ahead and tag him and put him in the inventory and then put him in the basket. And then we can work up another one, either in blue or in mint. I don't know if we can get 3 today or just 2. It is currently 5:36. So, tagging and then working up the other one. It is 6:15 now. I took a spontaneous shower, but we're actually gonna get started now. Bottom complete. Here's where we're at so far. I made the body and now I will add the tail and then the embroidery smile here and then the eyes on top. I will not try putting in the eyes again because it will probably just fail again. So, and if these are for siblings that are younger, then they can both be purchased and be safe for those children. So yeah. And another one complete. Very cute. I like the color a lot, especially in combination with the pink, because they'll definitely be sitting next to each other on the market. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and tag this, put it in the inventory, and then honestly, I don't want to make these anymore. So the blue one will either have to wait or we won't make a blue one. But yeah, it is currently 6:42, so this took us a little bit less than half an hour, I think. So yeah. It is after dinner. It is 8:20 p.m. and I'm currently closing off our beanie right now. So we're definitely getting this done today. Again, this pattern is by Handy Little Me, and it's a 2x2 rib knit. Oh, yep. I am on the last 2 rows, which is just knitting the stitches together. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Weave in my end down here, and then we'll be good to go. I just cut my yarn, and this is all we have left of the first skein of the pink yarn with speckles, these things. We already ran out of this yarn on our first skein. This is a third used, maybe half, so that's good to know. I'm just gonna go ahead and close up the top here with my sewing needle and then weave in the end down here, and then that's it. I present to you a finished beanie. I don't look good in beanies at all, but I think it's a good size. Covers the ears. Nice, good, pretty. Again, it's a 2x2 rib knit. This is what the top looks like. I like it. These do take a bit longer than the chunky knit beanies because this was made with 6mm needles, and the chunky knit beanies by Passionate Kelsey are made with 8mm needles. I like these. They're not as chunky, but they still work up nicely. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It is now 8:37 p.m. I actually already have another project in mind. Let me show you. I would like to make some sort of shrug, sleeves, mesh thing, and I would like to use this sage green that I have. I think I have like 5 of these skeins. I'm not quite sure though. But I would really like to make something wearable, either for myself or for markets to have on display. So yeah, I will try to find a pattern of the vision that I have, and if not, then I will completely freestyle this as I usually do. Honestly, I can freehand this. There are many tutorials on YouTube, but I'm just gonna give in to my ego and say I can do this myself. So let's try this. If not, then I will admit that I failed and use a tutorial, but for now, let's try it ourselves. I'm using this cotton. It's relatively thin. This is what it looks like. I'm not quite sure what hook size I want to use, maybe like a 4mm or something, or a 6. I'm not sure. But yeah, let's try this. I'm not quite sure how tall I want this to be, because I will add on the sides like a few extra rows, leaving out the neck, but I don't know how high I want that to be, because I still need to connect the armpits. So this needs to be like down here, meaning I still need like nearly double the rows I have now. So, but that's a problem for tomorrow me. Because right now it is nearly 9:30 p.m. and I'm tired. So see you tomorrow. Good morning. Morning, it's more like noon. Today is Sunday, and I actually have to pack my stuff because next week is my school week in a different city, which I will be driving 2 hours to get to. But that means we probably won't get that much done today, but I will definitely gather some yarn for that week because I actually have a day off, and hopefully we can make some more stuff. I also want / need to make a surprise gift for a friend, which will be a tapestry crochet. So I'm interested to see how that goes. But today we can continue work on our Shrug piece and hopefully finish this before the market so I can wear it to the market, maybe, depending on how warm it is. I don't know how warm April will be. Hopefully not too cold. But yeah, I will start working on our Shrug, and then at some point I will start gathering yarn and my tools, so like crochet hooks, my crochet hook case, and stuffing if I want to make plushies and the eyes and all of that. So yeah, I will honestly probably make more mini Loaf Cats, because that's usually what I make when I'm away, because they're really easy and I just don't really have to think about making them. Welcome to today. I am currently working up the shoulder portion, and I finished this side. I'm currently working up the other one, and then I will just mirror what I did on the front here and work up like these rows on the back, and then we can get started on the sleeves. I will definitely take this with me on my school week, so hopefully we can finish it during that, plus the tapestry that I have in mind, and maybe some extra plushies and keychains or whatever. But this guy will definitely come with me. It's a tad bit later and I had lunch and took a break from my wrists, and we're currently in my craft room because I need to gather some yarn for next week, since again I'm gone. I will take these 3 with me, plus the one I have in my other room and the one I started for our Shrug. And then we need a few more things. I need yarn for the tapestry that I plan on making, as well as some yarn for like mini Loaf Cats, maybe. Not quite sure what I want to make, but yeah. Let's pick out some colors for the tapestry, and then we can worry about everything else. These for the tapestry, and these 4 colors for the mini Loaf Cats. Now I just need to pack some stuffing, the eyes, and my crochet hook case. Yep. Now it's just time to pack this and our current project, and then we're done. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Maybe you were crafting along with me, maybe not, but if you were, tell me what you made down below. Thanks again, and I will see you next Saturday. Bye bye.